Imagine pouring your soul into a freelance gig, endless nights tweaking that logo, follow-up emails flying like bats in a moonlit sky, only for your client to vanish faster than a Tinder date. Yep, you've been ghosted. In this video, we'll unpack 3 massive steps most Pinoy freelancers ignore that you can take and bust these ghosts for a change. I'm Chase, an executive by day, a dad all day, and I've been ghosted way more times than I care to admit. Welcome back to Mindcraft. Today, it's ghosted jobs, the silent killer of Pinoy freelancers. Sit back, chill, we'll see why it happens, the global drama behind it, and 3 overlooked ways to bounce back stronger Pinoy style. No yucky, just move on BS. It's just real discarte for your mental game. I know it's too early for Halloween, but let's go hunt some ghosts. Okay, I'm not trying to assemble a modern-day militia here or a remote workers union. I'm just stating the facts that most Pinoys like us, or working-class Pinoys like us, go through on a daily basis, and surfacing it for a healthy and positive discourse, hopefully. But ghosting isn't just rude, it's a confidence killer. For most Pinoys like us, grinding it out on Upwork or Fiverr, you deliver killer work and then no feedback, no pay. I couldn't think of a more rage-inducing situation outside of e-bikes on a fast lane, especially on a Monday. From what I've dug up on places like X, subreddits, for the most part, and all kinds of other places online, majority of freelancers go through this and face this, but Pinoys get hit extra hard. Why? Western clients often see us as cheap labor, paying peanuts because it's third world rates. I still see a lot of $2 to $3 per hour gigs online, and for the life of me, people still go for those. Because what choices do they really have? It's a sad sight to see. Overseas, there still is the stereotype that Pinoy gig economy workers are less skilled or cheap, so ghosting feels easier. There's little to no repercussions. It's like the colonial times all over again in the Philippine gig economy. They hold all the power, we chase the crumbs. But what does this say about the world of work? Well, it highlights exploitation in a sense because clients can vanish when they can. They exploit time zone differences, and knowing that Pinoys have a shared cultural tiis mindset and a lack of legal teeth in Philippine freelancing. But on the flip side, ghosting reveals their flaws, not yours. I've been there. Back in the day, I got ghosted for a full website project that I tried coding from scratch, and I think I did well, but it really shot down my confidence and my belief in my abilities. I was stressing about rent like a modern-day slave. Just don't get me started on Manila's cost of living. Let's not go there. But what I'm saying is it tanks morale and triggers imposter syndrome, which really leads you to that rabbit hole of self-inadequacies. But today, as long as you hold your end of the bargain and keep doing the right thing, we'll turn these setbacks into comebacks with 3 easy and major counter strategies that most people ignore or just don't do. First strategy, the self-audit. People often skip this step because complaining is easier than being honest to yourself. We'd rather rant about it to friends, make long rants on IG or threads or subreddits, which makes our losses a lot worse because you're just wasting more time. But there's also the select few who'd rather hunt for more opportunities, but those guys are in the minority. But I get it. Ghosting is brutal. It takes that so much emotional toll, invalidating pain, self-doubt loops, be it in work or in dating. Okay, no funny comments there. But the key here is treat it like data, not defeat. Think of it as like your personal NPS or CSAT survey. There's a big reason why businesses keep track of things like this. What caused clients to leave, what makes them happy. You need to know that data so you know what to prevent and what to capitalize on. Think about this. What are the common denominators of the clients that ghosted you? You're bound to find at least 3 major things in there. Indecisive pricing or work, no clear directives or expectations of you, that kind of thing. Okay, time for some action. First up, create a list. In a quick list, write your client name, work you did, what were the events before the ghosting, Were there any clear expectations on both sides before the project? List everything down. Second is pattern hunt. Review 1 to 3 ghostings. What are the common red flags? Are there vague briefs, no contracts? You also have to spot finer imbalances too. Do Western clients ghost more, or Asia-based clients ghost more, or perhaps prospects from a specific niche? Find those bits of data. Third, risk and rates. Based on your list, spot the reasons why such a client is risky. And with that, consider increasing your rates by, let's say, 20% for high-risk ones. Or consider setting milestones and divide your asking price per stage. Say if you're charging 20K, set 10 project milestones at 2K each. For each milestone reach, client is to pay 2K. Small increments, easier for both sides. And lastly, plan your outreach. Know your worth. It's a numbers game, and if you want more client choices, well, outreach to more of them. But be at peace knowing that not every client is for you. Don't just sit there and wait for money to come. Go out there and sell yourself. But listen to me, never ever do work without any kind of contract. This strategy is pretty comprehensive. It turns economic scars into strategic armor. What's your job ghosting story? Drop it in the comments. Second strategy, the red flag radar. Most advice you get is just get more jobs. But the thing we keep skipping or overlooking here is clients ghost because of little to no consequences. So the red flag radar sort of allows you to spot red flags early to protect your time, your income, your effort, and your sanity. So it also means scanning clients before committing, spotting warning signs like vague briefs or impossible deadlines. And also allows you the opportunity to agree on kill fees. So about kill fees, a kill fee is basically just a contract clause or an agreement of sorts where you get partial payment, like let's say 10% or 50% from a client if they stop working with you or stop responding midway through the project. But what if the client ghosted me already? I hear you, relax. Enforcing a kill fee can be really stressful and really challenging, but it's doable if you've set up your contract early on and sort of secured a deposit. But it's all about negotiating properly, which I've also done a video right around here. So if the intent is clean and clear, this shouldn't be a problem on both sides. Ghosting doesn't automatically void the clause neither. It's really just a nastier version of a cancellation. Let's break it down into simpler terms. First up, honor your agreement. No matter what, assuming you've both agreed on a contract with a kill fee clause, the pro move here is to just simply send a formal invoice with the kill fee amount via email and reference the agreement that you both made, outline all the work that you've done, and perhaps a deadline of when you're expecting payment, maybe 7 days from now or 10 days from now, entirely up to you. And then second is follow up persistently, but professionally. Never, ever be mean. Begin with polite reminders via text or phone calls or chats, or even emails. Keep a log of all these communications that you send or follow-ups that you send. Never be mean. Don't cuss them out. I know it's easy to get emotional, but keep it classy and never trashy. And then third is escalate if needed. If they ignore you or continue to ignore you, consider escalating this in the platforms that you engage them in. Provide evidence like your contract, your agreement, the work that you've done, those kind of things, or even snips. Collection agencies or freelance platforms can also help you. Consider that, but word of advice, they also take a cut. This is where a lot of BPOs shine, as by design, they protect the staff from being jobless or penniless by way of HR due processes, various deposits they secure from the client way before even the hiring starts. In the event that you lose your job, it's in their best interest to give you a job ASAP. But when it comes to this, just do your due diligence and which BPO to go for, if that's the route you're considering. You can't just leave everything up to fate. Just use your head and do a lot of research. But going back, enforcement of kill fees and contracts isn't really foolproof at all. Some clients might still dodge, especially the international ones, but a strong contract makes it at least easier or gives you a better chance of recovering some funds or damages. And ghostings will lessen if partial payments were made prior to the start of the project. To prevent ghosting altogether, or at least minimize its impact on your wallet, focus on proactive strategies that actually build trust. Set boundaries and secure your money early. But don't forget, do the work. Don't know where to start? Here's some things to consider. First up, vet your clients thoroughly. Before signing, check references in Upwork or LinkedIn, even their payment history, and avoid red flags like vague briefs or rushed or unrealistic deadlines. Next, use airtight contracts. Always include clauses for communication cadences, or to corporate people out there, SLAs. Consider adding milestones with partial payments, maybe 30% upfront, 40% midway, and 30% on completion, and penalties for non-response. And explicitly state ghosting as a trigger for that kill fee clause to be enacted. Next, require deposits or retainers. Ask anywhere from 10 to 50% upfront before the work starts. Don't be shy, but make sure you deliver though. This weeds out flaky clients or indecisive clients, which are usually the risks here. And it also covers your initial efforts if they bail. Next, communicate regularly and set expectations. Schedule regular check-ins, maybe daily or weekly calls, and use project tools like Trello or Asana for transparency of where you are at a particular time, especially when it comes to the project. And confirm that at each stage. Over-communicate these stages to the client. Remember, it's always best to over-communicate than not communicate at all. And lastly, build relationships. Maybe consider start with smaller projects or test projects with new clients, right? Just to get a feel of how your working chemistry is and how they are, and just sort of get that pakikiramdam kind of stage, right? And if ghosting happens mid-job, just pause work and invoice the rest of the job that you've already done so far. For Pinoy freelancers dealing with ghosted gigs, a practical hack or strategy is to structure your projects with milestone-based invoicing and leverage the use of local payment gateways that we have around here, such as Gcash or Maya or bank transfers. That way you can secure deposits earlier, secure payments early, and reduce the risk of the client ghosting. Here's how it works. Set milestones. Divide your work into clear, easy to understand stages, maybe 25% for research, 25% for the draft, and 50% for completion. And require payment for each stage that you complete before proceeding work on the next stage. And then consider stating that in your contract, stating that non-payment pauses work and triggers a kill fee. Second, use local payment gateways. So request deposits or milestone payments through local apps such as Gcash or Maya, or even local bank transfers. So these platforms are fast and easy to track, and well, okay, transaction fees. But for international clients, payments through PayPal or Wise are usually your best bets. Many Filipino freelancers oftentimes work with local SMEs or international clients that may ghost due to budget issues or miscommunications, or maybe they're just really shady people. But milestone payments ensure that you get paid for the work you've done and minimizes your losses. Consider using a contract template tailored to Philippine law with explicitly stating your milestone stages and your ghosting penalties. You can send your invoices via email with payment links to Gcash or Maya. And you can push your follow-ups through WhatsApp or Viber or SMS if they delay. The whole point here is there's nothing to be shy about collecting if you've put in a great amount of effort in the work that you've done. Take pride in that. There you have it. 3 sound strategies to help you manage and bust all these ghost hauntings. The self-audit, the red flag radar, and milestone-based invoicing. They seem to be like a lot of work at first, but trust me, they're a lot harder to talk about than actually do them. With a bit of discarte and elbow grease, we can turn this into another win, baby. Join us here on the Mindcraft tribe. Comment your latest ghosting tale and which of these would you try. Subscribe, tap the bell on for more exorcism of this kind. Hop onto our Discord server to continue the kwentuhan. I'll drop the link in the comments. And again, you're not alone. Keep your head up. We'll bounce back stronger. Salamat for watching.